Okay, so now we're taking notes on sales tax and tip. We're back on page 222 in our notebook. And let's just fill in these bottom things down here. So sales tax is a percentage added to the selling price. So when you pay sales tax on an item, they add more to the price that you pay for the item. A tip is a percentage added to the total bill. So when you tip somebody, you take how much you're paying for the service you're getting and figure out the percent of the you want to pay extra, and then you add that to the bill. So sales tax and tip, you pay more added to cost, right? You're going to add those in. And then just to review, markup also going to add. And then the one that's different is discount. You're going to take that off. So markups, taxes, tips, they all add to the price you pay. Discount is the one thing that takes away from the price you pay. So let's go to the next page and talk about some problems for sales tax and tip. So over on the left here, I just want to kind of review this. So tax, right? You're going to take the selling price. So when I say selling price, that's not always going to be the original price, because the original price may have been discounted, it may have been marked up, but the price they're selling it at is what you're going to pay tax on. So you're going to take your selling price plus whatever that tax amount is that you figure out, and you are going to have your new selling price with tax. Okay, that's going to be the what you're going to pay. For tip, you're going to have your original price, your original cost, because usually you're tipping on something that you're a service or a meal or something like that. And you're going to add whatever the tip turns out to be for that original cost. And then you're going to have your final cost with the tip, right? So the original plus the tip is going to be the final cost. So let's go through some examples for this. So number 9, find the final price of a $849.99 laptop with a 6% sales tax. So this is the selling price, the $849.99, and 6% is the sales tax. So you need to figure out, I'm going to write T equals for tax. T equals the selling price, right, times the percent. And 6% is 0.06. Be careful with those single digit percents, 0.06. So when I multiply 849.99 times 0.06, I get $51. So the tax for this item is $51. So you should write that. So now, what's the final price? That's what they want to know. Well, the selling price with tax, the final price, the selling price with tax is going to be that $849.99 plus 51 is going to give me $900.99. So my final price that I pay once I pay for the price of the laptop and the tax is $900.99. So you had to figure out the tax and then add it, and there's your answer. Number 10, find the final price of a $325 lacrosse stick with a 7.25% sales tax. So same thing. I'm going to find the tax by taking the original price of the item, the selling price of the item, multiply it by the tax. This is tricky, 0.0725, right? I'm moving it 2 places, there's going to be a 0 in front of that 7. My tax ends up being $23.56. I'm going to write that over here. $23.56. And when I try to figure out the actual selling final price, it's $325 for the stick plus $23.50 for the tax. So I get $348.56 for my final price. So you're going to write that too. Because remember, this is your notes, so you want to really make sure that when you go back and look at these, you understand what you're doing. Okay, so number 11, a $105 watch is selling for 30% off. They're giving you a discount, but then they want you to find the final price of the watch if the sales tax is 8%. So you're doing 2 things here, but you got to do one thing at a time. And what do you do first? Well, we're going to take the discount first because we're only going to pay the sales tax on this, the selling price, and the selling price is after the discount. So first I have to figure out the discount. That's step one. So my discount on a $105 watch is going to be whatever my total cost is there, $105, times the percent is a decimal, 0.30. So my discount is going to be $31.50. So that's my discount. I'm going to write that over here, $31.50. So my selling price, I'm going to figure that out next, is going to be $105 minus $31.50. That's going to give me $73.50. So this is going to sell for $73.50 after they take 30% off. So now my selling price is what I'm going to use to find my tax. So I did the first part of this problem and got my new selling price based on the discount. Now I need to find the final price for the watch if the sales tax is 8%. So for my tax, I'm not using 105 as my total. I'm using the selling price, $73.50. And then I'm multiplying it by that tax, which is 0.08, right? 8% as a decimal is 0.08. And when I do that, I get $5.88 is going to be the tax. So I'm going to write this over here. That was another thing I had to figure out. $5.88 for the tax. So now what is my final price? So my final price is going to be $73.50 plus my discounted price plus $5.88 for my tax. So when I add those two together, I get $79.38. So the final price, I'm going to write that over here, is $79.38. So again, you had to figure out the discount, get the new selling price, then get the tax on that new selling price, and then use that to find the final price. So there were a lot of steps to this problem. We did that second step, but you just have to take your time. So let's look at the next one. $125 DVD player is selling for 10% off, so it's a discounted item. Find the final price of the DVD if the player if the sales tax is 5.5%. So we're going to start, this one's very similar to the one above it. We've got a discount, so I'm going to use the variable D, and the original price of this DVD player is $125. 10% as a decimal is 0.10. So the discount for this item is $12.50. So discount $12.50. So what does this thing sell for after the discount? Well, if it's $125 to start and you're taking $12.50 off, that means it's going to cost $112.50. So the actual selling price is $112.50. So now I did the first part. Now I got to find the tax on the selling price. So tax, taking that selling price, $112.50, and I'm multiplying it by that tax. So for this, if I move my decimal place 2 places, it's 0.055. So I multiply that, I get $6.19. So my tax is going to be $6.19. So what's my final price? I'm going to take my $112.50, add my tax, and I get $118.69. So the final price for this item, once I pay the tax, is $118.69. That was the second half of the problem. Okay, this one looks even more complicated. Katie bought a $76 dress at 33% off, so that's one thing she did. Then she bought a $52 pair of shoes at 15% off. So she bought 2 items and they both were had different discounts, but they're both discounted. Sales tax is 6.75%. How much did she pay in total? Well, first we have to figure out her discounted items, like the prices of the selling prices of the 2 items, and they're going to be 2 different equations. So for the dress, right, let's do the dress first. It's $76 was actually I'm going to do the discount. So the discount is off the original price of $76 and the percentage is 0.33. So when I multiply those, her discount on the dress is $25.08. So her cost of the dress is going to be 76 minus 25 0.08. So she is going to spend $50.92 on this dress. So $50.92 for the dress. Then she's buying a pair of shoes for $52. So let's do the discount for those. So the discount equals the original price, 52, times the discount. It's 0.15 because it's 15% off. So she is going to get a discount of $7.80 on these shoes. So the cost of the shoes, the selling price is going to be, oops, didn't mean to do that, 52 minus $7.80. So $44.20. So she's got shoes for $44.20. She's buying these two things. So her total cost, selling price of her two items, I'm going to add them together, and I am going to get $95.12. Oops, I got all kinds of mistakes here. $95.12. So that's how much her items cost after the discount. So this is the selling price, right? But now I got to pay tax on these items. So I just did this and this, added them together. Now I got to figure out how much the tax is going to be. Well, the tax is going to be based on the selling price of the items. So I'm spending $95.12 on them. And the tax is 6.75. So when I make that into a decimal, it's 0.0675. So when I multiply those two numbers, I get $6.42 for tax, right? So the tax is $6.42. So what am I going to spend when I'm done? I'm going to take the selling price and the tax, and I'm going to add those together. So 95.12 plus 6.42 equals $101.54. So she paid, let's write a sentence. She paid $101.54 total. Okay. So a lot going on there. You had to figure out two discounts. Then you had to add those together to get the selling price of everything she was buying. Then you had to figure out the tax on that selling price and then add that into the selling price. So lots going on. So hopefully you followed that. For parties of 6 or more, a restaurant adds a 20% gratuity. That's another word for tip. If a dinner bill for a large party comes to $148.25, find the total dinner bill with tip. So this one's not too bad. We're just going to find what the tip amount's going to be. It's 20% of the total. And then we're going to add it in, right? Because tips, the way they work is you take your original cost plus the tip amount, and that's the final cost. So I am going to, should I call it a tip? I'm going to call it G for gratuity. How's that? G equals, and I'm going to take the amount of the dinner, which was 148.25, and I'm going to multiply it by the percent as a decimal, so 20% is 0.20. So the gratuity amount, the tip amount, is going to be $29.65. So there's the tip, $29.65. So the final dinner cost with the tip is going to be what the dinner originally cost, 148.25, plus 29.65 for that tip. So in the end, they're going to pay $177.90. So total dinner bill with tip is $177.90. Okay, last one. Greg and Alana went out to dinner. Their dinner bill came to $68.89. If they had a $10 coupon and left a 15% tip, how much did they pay in total? Okay, so a coupon, what does that mean? We didn't really talk about that, but that's a discount. And this one isn't a percent, it's a straight up $10 coupon. So this is going to be minus 10. The percent, 15% tip is going to depend on, we're going to have to work on that to figure that out, but the $10 coupon is just minus 10. Normally, in the real world, you would tip on the original amount, but for this problem, I'm going to tell you to just do what they give you in order. So they're telling you about the coupon first, and then they're telling you about the tip second. So let's just take them off in the order that they wrote them. So for the coupon, right, I'm going to take the original amount of the dinner, $68.89, and I'm going to subtract 10, and that's going to give me how much the dinner costs with the coupon taken off. So there you go. Now I need to leave a 15% tip on that new cost. So the tip is going to be G equals, gratuity equals, I'm going to take the amount of what I'm paying for the dinner bill minus the coupon, times 0.15, that's 15% as a decimal, and I get 8.83. So the tip is going to be $8.83 tip. But what am I adding that to? Well, I'm adding it to the cost without the coupon, the 58.89. So 58.89 plus 8.83 is 67.72. So they paid $67.72 in total. So that is how that works. So normally you would take the $10 off after you figured out the tip, but in the case of a word problem like this, I think it's best to just go with what they wrote first, read them in order, and do it that way. So that is sales tax and tip.